Hi, I'm Vanessa, Heavenshelper, and as promised, I said I'd do just a little bit of a video because people ask me all the time, how did you know you were psychic? How did that happen? And I know I've heard lots of other psychics talking, and a lot of them say, oh, I've had it since I was a child, etc. And I think I may have had it when I was a child, but from my recollection, I had quite a few, like nightmares and things happening when I was little. I was overly sensitive, is what mum and dad used to say to me. Everything bothered me, lots of emotions bothered me. So maybe that was the case. I'm not sure. Anyway, as time went on, I went off and went to university, left university, decided to go into sales and marketing, which I loved. And then, because sales was quite stressful, driving around the country, I worked for Coca-Cola, I worked for Jameson Irish Whiskey, and we had a lot of sales targets, so there was a lot of pressure involved. We used to do presentations, etc. So I remember one of my friends saying once, why don't you go and have some reiki? That'll help you relax. Okay, so I did decide to go and have some reiki, and I found it so amazing, and it helped me relax. It certainly did. And that was like 1997. And then there were a series of different things happened. So I put that over there, my reiki experience, and like most people out there to this day, and this was me like, I don't know, nearly 30 years ago, and I am 56 now, just so you can do the maths. And I thought, oh, I'm going to go and see a psychic. My friends kept saying this lady, this psychic in Chelmsley Wood in Birmingham was really, really good, and I should go and see her because, and I wanted to know, like we all do, things like, sorry, it's my big crystal here. Can you see with the reflection I'm playing around with? I wanted to go, and the obvious question on my mind at that point, I had no idea whatsoever that I was psychic or had any ability at all. So basically what I did was I booked an appointment to go and see this lady in Chelmsley Wood. Now, I won't give you all of the, not names and whatever, because that's all personal and whatever. But you know what I can. So went to see this little old lady in Chelmsley Wood. She took me upstairs to the bedroom, got beautiful pictures of Native American Indians, sat down, and all I wanted to know was, am I going to get married? Am I going to have babies? Is that going to happen? Because I knew I was working, I got a good job and a car, and that was fine. And I'm going to meet the man of my dreams, which to this day is one of the most common questions that people ask me when they have readings. So that's what I wanted to know. So that's what I was there for, and everybody else had said she was so good. So I was like, yep, recommendation. Always go on recommendation, by the way. And now obviously you can look at Google reviews. That'll help you. So yeah, sat down. And the first thing she said after she asked me my name, my name's Vanessa, okay. And she looked at me and she's gone, oh, Vanessa. And I've gone, yeah. She said, you do know you're a medium? And I've gone, am I? At that point, not now, but at that point I was very skinny, so I was probably about a size 8, so I wouldn't have said I was a medium. I said, I don't know what you mean. And she looked at me and she's gone, and she pointed up and she's gone, well, I've got a whole queue of people, array of people, she said, array of people up here in spirit waiting to speak to you, Vanessa, to talk to you, to give messages to their loved ones down here that are alive. Okay. I am totally surprised and completely out of the blue, like, what is this lady talking about? So anyway, she told me a few other things. The things she told me about my loved ones in spirit at that point were accurate. So at that point, I'd only got, I think, one granddad in spirit then, bless him, Tommy. So I left, got in the car. First thing I did was ring my friend. Oh, ring my friend. You sent me to this lady and you said she was great. I said, she hasn't told me when I'm getting married. She hasn't told me if I'm having children. She hasn't told me whether I'm going to meet the man of my dreams. So as far as I was concerned, I didn't get what I was going for. Anyway, she said, well, what did she tell you? I said, well, She told me I'm a medium. What's one of them? I said, well, apparently, dead people want to talk to me. Which, let's be honest, when you're that age and you're a sales rep, you don't know anything about psychic ability. You're a bit like, no, that's a bit spooky. That's a bit like the movie Ghost with Whoopi. What is that all about? Anyway, so I thought to myself, yeah, this is a bit crazy, so I'm just going to carry on regardless and not worry about whatever it was she said. So I just carried on with my sales job, as you do, carried on doing what I do. And literally, the Reiki I really loved. So I thought to myself, do you know what? I think I might go and learn the Reiki, because I always like to learn new things, even now. So you're always learning is fabulous till the day you die. We're all learning. You never actually get anywhere. We're all learning all the time. So I love to learn. So I thought, do you know what? Even though I'm still doing my full-time sales job, I'm going to go and do this Reiki. So I enrolled to do the Reiki in 1998. So I did my level 1 and I really liked it. So I did it with a lovely couple in Great Bar in Birmingham. Again, I won't say names because I don't know whether we're allowed to do that, so I won't. Lovely couple, known them a very long time. Did my Reiki 1, absolutely loved it. Then I did Reiki 2. Reiki is a type of healing where you put your hands on and channel universal life force energy from your hands into the person you're giving the healing to. So that universal life force energy comes from source, spirit, angels, down through, channels into the person. Anyway, I was really, it was fabulous. So then I decided to do 1998, 6 months later, my level 2, which was advanced Reiki healing. And then in 1999, I thought, you know what, I'm going to learn my Reiki Masters, which means it's more intense, and then I learn so I'd be qualified to teach people how to do Reiki. And I thought it was fabulous. Well, and here we get to the part about what the little old lady who was the psychic reader in Chelmsley Wood told me all the way back in 1995. And that was, I started putting my hands on people like this in various positions. We put positions above the head, put positions here, put positions on the shoulders, put positions on the heart. Any of you that have done Reiki training or received Reiki will know about these hand positions, okay? So I'll leave my hands there in a heart position. So literally I would put my hands on people and I started seeing things in my mind's eye, hearing things in my mind, a bit like a thought in my head, like telepathy, and seeing things like I could see images but my eyes were open. And I thought to myself, am I losing my mind? Nobody told me this was going to happen. So anyway, I sort of didn't want to say to anybody because I thought they're going to think I'm going a little bit loopy, and put me in the little white suit like they do and make sure that I'm being checked, that I'm not, got things going on. Anyway, so I then remember there was a lovely agency in Birmingham and they had volunteers that helped ladies that were in distress. And the manager of these volunteers contacted me and said, I'm taking my volunteers away to a nice retreat in Derbyshire in a nice stately home, and I want them to relax because they don't get paid but they do fabulous voluntary work and I want to thank them. So I'm taking them on this special weekend to thank them, and I'd like you, Vanessa, to come along and do some meditation for them. So sit and get them to meditate, guided visualization meditation, which I can do, and then I'd like you to give them some individual Reiki treatments. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can do that. I said, I'm probably going to have to bring one of my Reiki students with me because if there's a group, I'm going to need somebody to help me. So anyway, went along the most fabulous place in Derbyshire, all the way up this long drive with the grass on either side, like a big stately home, that they'd hired some of it for this weekend for the volunteers. And I will never forget, because the first lady that sat down for the healing, I decided to sit up set up a chair rather than a treatment bed, so they could sit and face out and look out over these beautiful gardens. So they had a lovely view. It was a nice, dry, sunny afternoon. So anyway, I decided to sit the First Lady there. And as I put my hands in these different positions for her, I'd already explained to her what was going to happen. Then literally, as I was doing it, she was really blissed out with her eyes closed and, just relaxing. And all I could see in my mind's eye was an image of a woman who was clearly a nurse in one of the world wars. And this nurse was literally showing me, I can remember it to this day, it's vivid because the first time it happened, she was showing me how to fold the corners, the white sheets, on the hospital bed. And it was an army hospital bed because it was a metal frame and a thin mattress. And she was showing me, we need to fold the sheets like this and tuck them under. And, it has to be just so it's meticulous. And I thought, right, okay. So she showed me this. I've got my eyes open. So at this point, I'm thinking I'm imagining it. So I'm doing this. Closing my eyes, screwing them up, opening them, thinking she might have gone. But I can still see her in my mind's eye, which is your third eye here. So I'm closing my eyes, opening them. I even tried moving my glasses off. Is she still there? And she was. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, what on earth can I say to this lady? And I thought, in the end, we were like 10, 15 minutes in. And I thought, I'm going to have to say something because clearly I'm not imagining this. So I said to the lady, I've gone, would you happen to know somebody that was a nurse in one of the world wars? And instantly she's gone, yeah. She says, my mother-in-law. And I've gone, oh, right, okay then. So the lady in spirit is still here in my mind's eye. And she then gave me some, I could see in my mind here, some beautiful big lilies, white lilies. And so I said to the lady, I said, well, she wants me to give you some lilies to you. And she's saying, thank you for taking care of her. I said, I don't know whether that makes any sense to you. And she's gone, oh, wow. She's gone, yeah, I do understand. I said, well, she keeps showing me the lilies and saying that they're lilies. And this lady then said, she was so lovely, she's gone, no. She said, I understand, it makes total sense to me. She said she was my mother-in-law who became very, very ill and we never got on. But because she was ill, I nursed her until she passed. She said, and her name was Lily. And I've gone, oh, right. Well, I said, well, she wants to thank you and for everything that you did and taking care of her. And that lady was just so, I was amazed because the information and things I was seeing were real and I wasn't losing my mind. And she was really happy because she'd come to say thank you for everything that you've done. Give her the lilies and her name was Lily. So I thought, okay. One off, I don't know. It was quite miraculous, but the lady was happy and off she went. And then another lady sat down. This lady was lovely. And she sat down and I put my hands on her shoulders here to do the reiki here. And as I did it, I had an image of a lovely black gentleman, bless him. And he looked very, very smart. In my mind's eye, I could see he got a suit on. And this time I didn't wait 10 or 15 minutes. I thought to myself, okay, so is this sort of what had happened with the previous lady that had reiki? So I just said to this lady, I said, would you understand there being a man in spirit, blah, blah, blah. I said, he feels like he's a father. Straight away she said yes. And I've gone, right, okay. And as soon as she'd acknowledged that, it was like he wanted to give me more information. And the next thing he showed me was a beautiful willow tree. I said, I don't know whether you'll understand this, but he's smiling and he's saying how he's well dressed and he's showing me this willow tree and he's saying it's really important. And she's gone, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is. And I've gone, oh, right, okay. And she said, yes, she said, when I got married, we had our photographs afterwards in Birmingham in Handsworth Park under the willow tree. So she was so, and it was her father. So that was the second message. So I must have done about 6 people on that day. And out of 6, four of them that sat down that I did Reiki. Somebody from spirit turned up and I could see things they were showing me and hear things in my mind, like thought, like telepathy. And I was like, wow. And they were all blown away. I was completely shocked. I mean, happy that they were happy, but I didn't see that coming. I didn't know it was going to happen. I didn't know I could see things or hear things from spirit. So I left. And when I went home, I have to say, I was so tired because the emotions that came through for the people that were having the Reiki and their loved ones in heaven, the intensity and the emotions full of love and whatever, obviously must have made me quite tired. So I felt very emotional and very tired. And obviously I didn't know what was going on. So I rang up the people who trained me in Reiki, my Reiki masters, and I've gone, can you tell me why this has happened? And they've gone, well, it doesn't happen to us when we give Reiki, but it sounds amazing. And I was a little bit lost, and I thought, I want somebody to explain what's going on. And then I remembered the little old lady in Chelmsley Wood that had given me the reading that had said, do you know you're a medium, Vanessa? And I've gone, a what? So I went back to her and she opened the door and she smiled and she's gone, oh, it's you. You better come in. And I've gone, you remember me? And she's gone, yeah, I remember you. You better come upstairs. So I sat down and under the same picture of a Native American Indian painting on the wall behind me. So I sat down and she's gone, well, how can I help you? So I told her what I've just shared with you. I said, so all this has happened. I've no idea what's going on. I said, but I just know it makes me very, very, very tired. And, you know, it was a big surprise. And she just looked at me and smiled and she's gone, Spirit are saying, have you any idea how long they've waited to work with you? And I've gone, okay. I said, well, you know, but I like my job. I like my sales job. I like driving around the country, you know, and going to different parts of Europe to have sales conferences and presentations. And she's gone, Vanessa, as far as they're concerned, you're meant to work for Spirit. And I've gone, I know, but I've got a job and I like my job. And she's gone, okay. I said, it makes me really tired and, you know, I wouldn't like to do that all the time. I said, so can you tell them to go away? And she very clearly said, absolutely not. They're not going away. They've waited a long time to work with you. And her exact words were, they will remove some of the things in your life that you're doing, like your sales job, etc., so that it'll create space so that you can work for Spirit. And again, I left with the attitude of, no, she's mad. I'm not going to do that. Don't want to do that. So I have to say, from my initial meeting, bless her, with the psychic in Chelmsley Wood in 1995, before I actually decided to work for Spirit full time, was 2002. So that was a clear 7 years. So these things started happening to me. I started seeing more things, hearing more things, seeing things in my third eye here. And it just got stronger and stronger and stronger. And I did push it away as much as I could, to the point where you realise you can't really push it away. It's a bit like you don't choose to be that. They, angels, spirit, they the man upstairs, I call him, bless him, they choose you, and you become the medium, which is also called a psychic medium, or the channel. So yeah, that's part of obviously the very, very beginning. And I will do successive videos so I can tell you more about how it began for me. But what I will do in other videos, once I've explained a bit about how it happened to me, is I will start to share, which is important, how you can do it, how you can develop your psychic abilities. Because the thing that we need to take from this is every single person has natural ability, natural psychic ability, natural healing ability. So we're born with that. So we all have it. It's whether we are pushed a little by spirit and angels, or it starts becoming stronger in us. But the more that you understand it, the more you work with it, the more you're intrigued, the more you want to develop and open up, the stronger it will get. So this is just a little bit, part one, about my story, and I'll carry on sharing that and then sharing things so you can develop your own psychic ability. So I hope that's been of a little interest, and I will be posting some more videos very soon.